The second lecture. So we will start with the unit number 1 as the vector quantities and the basics regarding engineering mechanics. What the engineering mechanics says, or what are the definitions of engineering mechanics, what are the different streams in engineering mechanics, or what are the different fields in engineering mechanics. So in a broad way we will study in today's lecture the different definitions related with engineering mechanics. So you have to go through all these definitions also. So you can have a pen as well as notebook, so you can write down the definitions, or this I am recording this, that is today's lectures. So this today's lecture can also be uploaded on YouTube channel also, so you can see these today's lectures in YouTube channel also. Okay, so today we will start a lecture on engineering mechanics. So here engineering mechanics, so here what is mechanics. So already I have in short in previous lectures I have explained what is engineering, what is mechanics. So again, what is mechanics? Mechanics is nothing but the mechanics is the branch of science which deals with the study of action of forces on bodies at rest or in motion. So when the different forces are acting on a body, there are two conditions are there. Body it is on rest or it is in motions. Okay? So when different forces are acting on a body when it is rest, so rest is nothing but the example for rest bodies are various things. The table is there, or the laptop, or the different the things which has been surrounding us. So there are the things which has been in a rest position. So different forces are acting on a body when it is in rest position, or the different forces acting on a body when it is in motion. Okay? So we have to this engineering mechanics deals with the different forces acting on a body when it is at rest or when it is in motion. Okay? These are the different fields of engineering mechanics. Actually this mechanics it is nothing but it is a branch which has been divided from the physics. It has been subdivided from the physics. Okay? Actually physics deals with the mechanics, thermodynamics and electricity. So from this physics, engineering mechanics or mechanics branch, it has been taken care from this physics, because it is the branch of physics. Because we will in this mechanics we will deal with the various theorems will be there, various laws will be there, various conditions or various equations will be there. So all these will be taken care in this engineering mechanics. Okay? So therefore we will study about this. It is a branch of physics. Mechanics is nothing but the branch of physics. Again this mechanics it deals with the two things, statics and dynamics. As I have already said in previous slide, the forces acting on a moving body as well as the forces acting on a body at rest. So these two conditions are there. When the body is at rest, that body is called as the forces acting on a body when it is at rest. So that condition is nothing but the statics. That condition is called as the statics. So statics is again the branch of mechanics. Again the branch of mechanics. So statics is nothing but the branch of mechanics in which we are dealing with the forces acting on a body at rest. We are dealing with the forces acting on a body at rest. ठीक है? तो अगर बॉडी रुकी है, रेस्ट पे है, तो व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट फोर्सेस एक्टिंग एंड व्हाट इज द whether that force will cause a deformation in the body, whether the force will cause the different conditions in the body. So we will study. So when the forces acting on a body at rest, that branch is nothing but called as the statics. Whereas dynamics is the branch of engineering mechanics which deals with the forces acting on a body when it is in motion. Okay? So when the body is in motion, suppose there is a vehicle is there, or any moving vehicle is there, or moving various there may be a railways also, there may be there is different moving vehicles are there, moving bodies are there. So when the forces acting on a body when it is in motion, that field is called as the dynamics. Okay? Again dynamics is subdivided into kinematics and kinetics. Okay? So kinematics is again the branch of engineering mechanics itself, but it is subdivided from the dynamics. It is nothing but the branch of dynamics. So what this kinematics and kinetics says. So kinematics is the again the branch of the dynamics which deals with the forces acting on a body without consideration of the forces causing the motion. without considering the forces causing the motion, it is nothing but the kinematics. When we are considering the forces causing the motion, that field is nothing but the kinetics. When we are considering the forces causing the motion, the forces is considered. So how much kilonewton force is applied, or how much force is applied. So that for that there is motion in the vehicle or motion in the body. So we are considering the forces causing the motion in kinetics, and without the forces causing the motion in the kinematics. Okay. So again, mechanics is divided into statics and dynamics is divided into kinematics and kinetics. So what is statics? It is that branch of the engineering mechanics which deals with the forces and their effect while acting upon the body at rest. At rest word is very very important. At rest. Okay? That means this statics deals with at rest. The body is at rest. So this statics deals with the bodies at rest. Forces acting on a body at rest. Okay? So when the forces are acting on a body at rest, so it is nothing but the statics. Okay? What is dynamics? Dynamics, it is the branch of engineering mechanics which deals with the forces and their effect while acting upon bodies in motion. When the body it is in motion, we are studying the forces acting on a body in motion. We are studying the forces which are acting on a body when it is in motion. ठीक है. अगर मूविंग कोई बॉडी होती है उसके ऊपर अगर फोर्सेस एक्ट होते हैं तो वो फील्ड engineering mechanics की है, that is, but the separate name is given as dynamics. It is given as the dynamics. ठीक है. The subject of dynamics may be further subdivided into you have already seen the previous slide, kinetics and the kinematics. What is kinetics? It is the branch of the dynamics which deals with the bodies in motion due to application of force. We are referring with the force causing the motion. Okay? We are dealing with the force causing the motions. Okay? So it is the branch of dynamics which deals with the bodies in motion due to application of force causing the motion. Due to application of force in the sense force causing the motions. Okay? So force causing the motion, it has been taken care in this. Then what is kinematics? Kinematics, it is that branch of the dynamics which deals with the bodies in motion without any reference of the forces, without any reference to the force which are responsible for the motion. So without considering the forces, okay? Without referring the forces causing the motions, without considering the forces causing the motions, okay? Without any reference to the force. Okay? So when forces, we are studying only the field of dynamics, that means kinematics. It is the branch of the dynamics which deals with the bodies in motion without any reference to the forces which are responsible for the motions. Okay? We are not considering the forces which are causing the motions, which are responsible for the motions. Okay? So such field is nothing but the kinematics. Okay? So these are the fields of the engineering mechanics. So broadly, mechanics has been divided into static dynamics, and dynamics it has been divided into kinetics and kinematics. Okay? Again, what are the different terms related with this? Again, there are different terms related with this. These are the important terms related with the engineering mechanics. Okay? What is a rigid body? What is rigid? Rigid is nothing but there is no effect of force on a body. So rigid, the relative movement between its parts are negligible, or in other sense, there is no as such effect of the forces on the body is nothing but the rigid body. Okay? So there is no effect of the forces on the body, because every body it is acting with some force. Okay? जितने भी every things which are available, or every different things which are available nearby, it is acted with some force is acting on that body, whether it is a writing table, whether it is a chair, whether it is a floor, whether it is a wall, whether it is a fan, tube light, anything which has been available nearby, it is acted upon by some force, it is acted upon by some force. Okay. So rigid body, what is rigid body? So there is no effect of force, that means a negligible, that is the relative movement between its parts are negligible. That means there is no as such effect of force on the body, there is no as such effect of the force on the body. Such body is nothing but the rigid body. What is dynamics? Dynamics is dealing with a rigid body in motions. So it is nothing but again the field of engineering mechanics is the dynamics. So here we are dealing with the rigid body in motions. That means there is some motion in the rigid body, there is some displacement, there is some change in position of the body. Change in position is there, change in there may be a relative displacement in the body, there may be a relative that is motion in the body. It has been studied in dynamics. Okay. What is third point? Length. What is length? Applied to the linear dimension of a straight line or a curved line. So it has been applied on a straight line. That measuring distance is nothing but the length. That measuring distance from which force it has been applied. So that measuring distance or that dimensions or that linear dimensions, it is nothing but the length. That is linear dimension is nothing but the length. What is area? Area is nothing but the two-dimensional size of shape or surface. Okay. Any two-dimensional figure is nothing but area. Any two-dimensional figure is nothing but the area. Okay. But this area is nowadays there are three-dimensional figure is there, but two-dimensional figure is also available. So which is having a negligible thickness. The thickness is very negligible. So such two-dimensional figure or two-dimensional area is nothing but that shape is nothing but the surface is nothing but that area. Okay. The two-dimensional size or of shape or surface is nothing but area. What is volume? Volume is nothing but the three-dimensional. That means thickness is also considered. So volume is nothing but three-dimensional figure. What is force? Yes. So I have repeatedly using this word force. Forces acting on a static body, or forces acting on a dynamic body, or forces acting in kinetics or kinematics. So what is force? What is this force relates with? What this force says? This definition is very important, because in engineering mechanics every problem deals with the forces acting on a body. So we have to use this word frequently. Force of 10 kilonewton is applied or 20 kilonewton is applied. So this force word is frequently used. Okay. What is force? The action of one body on another, whether it's push or a pull force. That means there is an action of one body on the other body. There is an action of one body on other body. Okay. So when one body it has been kept on other body, that means if there is a laptop or there is a mobile, when it has been kept on a table, so that force of a mobile or a laptop, it has been applied on a table. Okay. So this is nothing but a force, that is action of one body on another body is nothing but a force. When we are sitting on a chair, so this my weight it has been applied on a floor. That means my action it has been applied on a floor. Okay. So action of one body on another body is nothing but a force. So this force concept, it has been used frequently in the engineering mechanics. Okay. This force will be used. Okay. So action of one body on another, which whether it's push or a pull force. Then what is mass? Mass. So mass is nothing but the amount of matter in a body. Every body it is been occupied with some matter, some space will be occupied. Okay. So some matter will be occupied. That matter will be considered as the mass. That matter which has been occupied in the body, which has been taken care in the body, because every body it is having some amount of particles or some amount of matter present. So such is nothing but the mass. Then what is weight? Weight is nothing but the force with which a body is attracted towards the center of the earth. It is the force with which a body is attracted, with force of gravity. Okay. So it has been acted with the force of gravity. So with it has been acted with the force. Okay? So action, the force with which a body is attracted toward the center of the earth is nothing but the weight. Because if we are throwing a ball in the air, so it has been attracted towards the earth. If anything it has been thrown on the air, so it will be attracted by the due to force of gravity, or due to that is acceleration due to gravity, it has been attracted towards the earth. So such is nothing but the weight. The force with which a body is attracted towards the center of the earth is nothing but the weight. There is a difference between mass and weight. So weight is there is a force of attraction g, small g is there, that is small g is nothing but the acceleration, force of accelerations. Okay. Then what is ninth serial numbers? Ninth serial number is nothing but the particle. What is particle? A body of negligible dimensions. Okay. So very minute, that is a particle is nothing but a minute shape material, or a minute shape matter is there with negligible dimensions. We cannot see with the naked eyes. If you in morning sunlight, if there is a pore, or if there is a hole provided in a door, from that door if the sunlight enters into our room, so we can see the particles. So that negligible, that is which has been there in the air, that negligible thing which is having a shapeless, or which is a negligible way it is there, it is nothing but a particle. The particle is nothing but a body of a negligible dimensions. Okay. Again, what is triangle law? Triangle law of vectors. So it has been used frequently in engineering mechanics. We have to find out the forces when two forces are acting on a body. Okay? What is triangle law of vectors? So triangle law of vectors states that if two vectors or two forces are represented as adjacent sides of a triangle. Okay, so triangles, it is having three sides. So here the two adjacent sides are represented by the forces. The two adjacent sides of that triangle we are considering as the forces. Then the third side taken in opposite order is the resultant of the forces. Okay, so it is nothing but the resultant of the two forces. The third side will be the resultant. Okay, when the two sides are the two sides of a triangle are the forces, then the third side we are considering as the resultant. So resultant is nothing but the combined effect of the two forces. This resultant word will also be used frequently in while solving the problems. So this resultant is the combined effect of the two forces. What is the combined effect of the two forces? Okay, so that two forces, the combined effect of that two forces will be represented by the third side. It has been represented by the third side of the triangle. It has been represented by the third side. This resultant will be represented by the third side of the triangles. So in next slide I will show the figure of this triangle law also, and it will also explain how in what way the forces it has been applied. So this law is used to find out the resultant of two vectors, which gives both magnitude and directions. So in this way, we can, with the help of this triangle law of vectors, we can find out the magnitude as well as direction of the forces. We can find out both magnitude as well as direction of the forces. So this triangle law of vectors will also be used in that is the statics or in engineering mechanics. It has been used, it has been asked for 2 to 3 marks. Define the triangle law of vectors, or derive the equation of the triangle law of vectors. So this will be used. So here as per the definitions, these are the two forces.